I'm ready, bro. We here keeping it a Buck50 episode 8. We got my friend here, Naya and shit. How you doing?
Peace. What's goody?
We here about to chop it up, go through a couple things. I feel like we about to start about how life about choices. Like, what's your thoughts on that?
Indeed. So life is indeed about choices. That sounds so cliche, right? But I believe we are all in control of our own destiny, right? You could wake up and decide to be, or you gonna have a good day, or you could wake up and decide you had a bad day, despite what was in your past. You always got a choice. It's up to you to determine what path you gonna take.
So, like, you don't feel like how you grew up or nothing, like the area you in, like play a part in your choices?
Yeah, indeed it does, right? We say our environment is a part of us, but just because that don't mean that you can't overcome your environment. Or I believe in when I leave this earth, I'm gonna leave my environment better than I inherited. So better than I came in my community, I'm gonna leave that shit in better state than I received it. So yeah, your environment, like we all from the hood, we all been through traumatic issues and shit, but you can still overcome that. It's easy to be persuaded, right? And I believe that everything really it's easy to say, you can make your own choices, but if that shit is instilled from you as a youth, then you'll be all right. So that's where we really gotta go take a step back a little bit.
Yeah, so like, where you from? What side of town you grew up at? Like, did you come from a 2-parent household? How was you raised? Was you raised to make your own choices, or did you learn that off your own experiences?
Right, so I definitely came from a good household. I had both of my parents in the house, so I come from a single household, but I did have both of my parents, born and raised on the west side. So like my mom bought a house on Arnett, and then my pops bought a house on Frost. So we was middle class, right? So you could see just the differences, the area from like growing up, say Arnett and Chalai to Frost and Reynolds. It's a little bit of a difference, but shit, it's still the trenches. You still gotta learn how to maneuver. My father instilled a lot of shit into me as a kid. You know what I'm saying? To make my choices, to always think for myself. I'm going to always be myself. That's one thing. I'm going to just be myself. But, yeah.
That's fire. Like, what you want to share some of the lessons like your dad taught you that stuck with you?
Yeah, my dad taught me a lot. But one thing that really, stuck with me is my father told me no nation could rise higher than its woman. You know what I'm saying? Mothers are the first teachers of this world. When a baby first come out, the first person they do see is their mama and the daddy, but the first person they learn from is the mom. The first person they breathe life and eat from is the mother, right? So, and you got to look at the state of the black woman right now. The black women are the teacher. The father is the foundation, but the black woman is the teacher. And my father told me no nation could raise higher than its woman. And at that point, I said, damn, I got a lot of responsibility, right? A lot of women today don't never want to hold themselves accountable, and everybody point the finger at the black man, and that's not the case. Take two.
That's fire. You remember what age your father told you at?
Shit, my pops probably told me that when we started speaking. For me to my dad probably dropped it a couple of times, but when I overstood it, I say I was about 18. When I really overstood that shit, and but he repeated to me when I was coming into my womanhood before I had children or anything like that. I say, yo, I know I gotta get my shit together.
Is it some traits from your mom that you took?
Oh yeah, it's a lot of stuff that a lot of positive things that I took from my mom, and I also had to unlearn some shit from my mom, right? And I say that my father made me the person that I am today, and my mother made me the woman that I am today. And both of my parents instilled a lot of morals and values in me. But sometimes to grow, you gotta destroy the build, right? And I'm not a perfect person. My mom wasn't perfect. My dad not perfect. Obviously, we're not perfect. But this is, and we could get into like breaking generational curses. my mom was a single parent raising me and my twin brothers. And she instilled to me to be independent. Don't depend on a man for shit. Right. And that's a good thing and a bad thing, because when I got older as a woman and I had children with a man is supposed to lead, but I've been raised as a woman to not depend on this man and not basically listen to him. So that causes problem in the household. So I had to unlearn I had to unlearn what my mom taught me and to be like, yo, it is okay to depend on a man and let a man lead. So it's a lot of shit with that.
So you went outside after like your parents installed you, like when you was growing up, like what age did you feel like you got to come outside?
Shit, I've been outside. Shit. Fuck, since a fucking youth, that's the difference with us. You know, we was always outside. I was a rec kid. I was in and out of rec centers. I was in and out of the club. I was in and out of the streets since I was fucking 9 years old, running the fucking streets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's different nowadays. Like they have everybody in the house, because I feel like social media just guys seem like everything's so negative.
Kids, yeah.
And when we was coming outside, when younger, like people be outside. So you say you went to rec centers. Did you play basketball or anything?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I hooped for Franklin. I hooped outside. Not for no rec though. I hooped for Franklin. Besides the streets and shit, just being outside, being a kid, having fun. I seen a lot of shit too. Like, you know, violence was always here too. You know, I've been through a lot of shit. I seen somebody murdered in front of me and all of that shit before. So, you know, that's what I mean by, you know, your environment do play a role of how you come out. But I'm saying you still have choices and shit to overcome that type of shit.
Yeah, that's fire that you had your dad to tell you that a nation it can't rise higher than a woman, because it seemed like it had you making very essential choices. Because it's like me from the outside looking in, it's like you don't care about the typical things a woman care about.
Oh yeah,
it's like what made you wanted to start give back to the community and like tap in with the community and shit.
So shit, it definitely all goes back to my pops. You know, my pops worked in the community and so did my mother. But my pops was more engaged and active in the community, working for Swan, acting for a better community and shit. And I was younger with him, going to these shits with him too. And also my siblings was with me too and had these same choices as well. And that's what I mean by everybody, you know, have choices. You know, I chose a different path than some of my siblings. That's not to speak down on them or anything, but we all chose different paths. And so, you know what I'm saying? And I seen the state of our people. So it's like, why the fuck I want to help? Why the fuck I want to give back? You know what I'm saying? And it's easier to repair broken children than broken men.
Yeah, and it's easier said done. And it's time. Like that's something different. Like you don't see too many like females trying to give back to the community and work with the youth. Feel me? Mm-hmm. And that's dope from the outside looking at. And they don't, like, most people don't get the support I feel like they need. And that's why I meant to say, like, I appreciate you for coming on my show, because I see that you support the youth and you do a lot of things, and I don't support you. But it's like I support you, but I don't be out supporting you like I feel like I should. And in the future, I'm going to try to change that, because that's the type of shit we need. Feel me? Because like you say, it's easy to repair broken children. They got their whole life ahead of them. Mm-hmm. Like, do you have like a certain amount of years you want to do this shit for? Or you just like...
Shit, I'm going to do this shit as long as I got breath in my body. But the reason why I do this is so my children won't have to. I don't want my motherfucking grandkids and my children fighting the same systems that I'm fighting. Poor education, poor housing, police brutality, all of this shit that's going on in our city, poor leadership. I don't want my children to face some of those same battles. And right now I want to say this is the uprising. Our people are becoming self-dependent, you know, self-reliable. And that's what it's about. We got to create our own systems, or we ain't going to see no change in this community. You know what I'm saying? You ask me why, what made me start it. I seen the state of our people. A lot of our people rely on the system, rely on the white man, rely on this person, rely on that person. We ain't going to be shit unless we create our own education systems, start spending money with each other, start supporting each other, and just start loving on each other. I know my niggas don't really want to talk about love. People got so much hate in their heart, That's why you see all of this shit going on. If everybody show love, it is easier said than done, but if everybody just show love and worry about themselves, a world would definitely be a better place. It's not so hard to motherfucking love. But just show love. Hey, peace, bro. What's up? Or, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta walk by and me mug a nigga, or bitches always gotta walk by and roll their eyes or some monkey shit like that. That's why so much hate in the world.
Yeah, that's a fact. And it's like people put their own mental trauma on people. Like you said, it's easy to speak. And that's what I like to do. I speak to a lot of people. And before I never spoke to nobody. I was a person that would just mean mug a motherfucker. But like you say, it's easy to just say, what's up? Peace. How you doing? And it's like, I don't know. Like, we could both start it. And it's like, hopefully motherfuckers catch on. Because you only draining yourself on that negative shit.
Definitely. And like you said, that's where it started. It only takes two. And that's why I do this too, to influence other people. You know, if other people see me and my people give back. And then like I was influenced by people pat my ancestors and stuff. That's how I was supposed to keep going, pass the torch and pass the torch lit. Just don't pass it, dead. And that's a whole nother subject. I feel like, some of our elders have dropped the ball on us. They be like, oh, these kids, they don't want to listen, da 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 da. And now we're at that age where we're the adults now, and we hold that same narrative to our youth now. Oh, they don't want to listen, they don't give a fuck, they don't care. But that's not true. We do see all the violence in our city, right? And our children, they actually crying out for help. They actually want to help. They actually want to love. They don't know how to love. They actually asking for that. You know what I'm saying? They actually asking for mental health services, asking for a better education system, asking for adequate jobs that's going to pay them shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's really a false narrative on these babies, and it's nobody's fault. But a child will burn the village down to feel it's warm. You know what I'm saying? We the motherfuckers that's not listening.
So like working with the youth and shit, have you ever ran across any young disrespectful young men that didn't understand what you had going on?
Yeah, y'all didn't know cap. No, I have not. Me personally, I have never met a young man or a young lady that was just blankly disrespectful. I don't know if that's me personally and they don't choose to disrespect me, but I never just ran into a kid where they was like, man, fuck that, man, suck my dick. A child never ever has spoken that to me, said those words to me. Does it happen? Yes. But it's all about rapport. It's about rapport. You know what I'm saying? It took me a certain place to get the certain amount of children respect, them hard-headed kids respect. You know what I'm saying? So they respect me enough to at least sit down and listen to what I'm saying. They will listen. They want to listen. They want guidance.
Yeah, most people that say the little kids disrespectful to shit, they probably try to talk to them one or two times and then gave up on them. Like, right. You can't give up on the youth.
And you said, and most people talk at them. You can't talk at them. You gotta treat them like a human being. And I want to say this: a lot of people be like, "Oh, these grown ass kids," but people never take the time and be like, "Yo, why is this young lady so?" Because I'm gonna speak for the ladies, right? The young girls. A lot of people be like, "Why these young girls so fast and they think they so grown?" Well, this baby girl get her 5-year-old brother off the bus. She got an 8-year-old sister waiting for her to come home too. This girl only 10. She got to make dinner for both of them. She got to make sure they homework done. She got to get them in a bed and probably get them up in the morning and don't even see the mama yet. And got to come home and do it all over again. So this 10-year-old girl is essentially grown. You can't talk to her like no regular 10-year-old girl because she has grown-up responsibilities that she has to take care of and that she do fulfill. So you got to talk to this young girl another way. You saying she grown? She is grown. She got grown people responsibilities. Did you ask why? Did you ask her what she do, how her morning started and how her night ended? You know what I'm saying? We got to start asking why these things are going on so we can get an understanding.
Yeah, we need a strong why. And people don't like to talk. And that's some real shit you said, because a mom would just be like, you my daughter. You supposed to do that. And it's like, she don't know that she's putting grown woman stress on this female, this young lady. Feel me? Because that's how it was for me. Vice, like you said, you speaking for females. I'm just speaking for a man. Like, once you about 11, 12, 13, you out here doing grown shit. It's like, there's no more roof. You grown now. You only can stop yourself to do something better because you done got treated like a fucking grown man your whole life. You never had a chance to be a little boy.
Kid, yep.
Feel me? Or a young teen because you just chasing to be grown. And it's like need more guidance. That's why even on my show, I'm gonna get some young kids on here and talk to them and just let them know about what they need to stay focused on in the tricks of life.
Word, indeed. You know, and like you said, and especially today, these kids, they don't have a chance to be kids. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let be kids. And social media do have the difference between us and these kids, they have everything at their fingertips right now. They could look up some crazy shit and be at their fingertips and it be exposed to them. I had to have a lot of conversations with my children, I think, before age appropriately, because of social media, and not even social media, because of just the internet, period, right? And we live in a different day and time, so you gotta go with the time and shit. Adapt. So I'm like, damn, I gotta tell them I can't have them going in the world clueless and shit like a goddamn nut. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you ask how I was raised. My mom didn't sugarcoat shit. She kept everything 100 with us. You know what I'm saying? So that played a part too. I'm always going to be honest with my children. And I always tell my children, and this crazy ass girl, you come to me, you could done the worst thing in the world you could ever think of. You could come to me and tell me. When I speak to my kids, I don't speak at them. I speak to them like a human being, like a child. You know what I'm saying? We talk down to our kids, and you know, we fuck them up emotionally in the inside. So that's where a lot of shit come down, and our problem is we gotta build the Black family back, right? We gotta build the Black family. We gotta have a foundation. Women, we gotta let our Black men lead. I'm gonna just say an unpopular opinion. I chose my baby daddy. I chose to have 3 kids by my baby dad. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women be talking about all these bum ass niggas they got bum ass baby daddies. You got, well, sis, you chose him. You know, you gotta make better decisions. I'm not going to lay down and have unprotected sex with a bum ass nigga and a nigga I know that's not going to take care of my kids. I had unprotected sex with a man who I know who's going to take care of my children, and I continue to have that. You know what I'm saying? I chose my baby father. It just wasn't some shit that motherfucking happened. Even though I didn't plan to have kids at that time, the person that I was engaged in with sex with, because you know what the fuck going to happen if you fucking raw, right? You know what I'm saying? The person that I was, I'm like, if I get pregnant, then fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So we as women, we got to start making better decisions. And the word is accountability. You know what I'm saying? I'm heavy on accountability on us, period, solely. Not blaming the white man, not blaming the system, nobody, us.
Yeah, feel me? And the normal is not normal no more because people don't like to stand on accountability. And you'll have 5, 6 people around you hyping you up not to stand on accountability. And accountability is key because that's the only way you're going to be able to grow. You could always find something to blame somebody on. Mm-hmm. How does that feel to like handpick your baby dad? You feel like your dynasty is going the way that you had plans on it to go?
Yeah, you know, you always have your little bumps in the road, but shit, I can't complain, you know. Well, it's when you say how I homeschool my children. When I had my first kid, I did not plan on, you know, homeschooling my kids. So that wasn't in the plans. But it happened. I homeschooled my 3 children. Was the best decision I ever made to remove my children from this fuck ass European Western education system. It does take a team, you know what I'm saying? I won't be able to do half the shit I do without my children's father, you know what I'm saying? He go, you know, take care of home, do what he supposed to. I stay home and I teach and nurture the children. Yeah, it may sound like old school and people be like, oh, this ain't the 1950s, this ain't back in the days or whatever, but it's not. But what I say is do what's for you. Like, that's why I say I'm always about me. I don't worry about nobody else and what the fuck they got going on. I'm always going to be myself. So this shit worked for us. So that's what we're going to continue to do. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yo, that's fire. Like how y'all do the subjects, like your baby, cause y'all got a baby now. Y'all got. I feel like y'all married.
My
like,
king, yeah, we not married like or
in the European
union.
way.
I use the word union. You know what I'm saying? I
y'all
don't
both teachers like at certain times, right, or like school could just be at any time.
So we're all teachers at all time, right? Parents, we're teachers at all time. But, on black and white paper, I educate my children. I'm a teacher by nature, by trade, right? So I resigned 2 years ago to homeschool my children. So I made a decision. I wasn't just a stay-at-home mom, y'all. Don't get this shit twisted, whatever camera at. Don't get this shit twisted. I ain't no stay-at-home mom or whatever. So this new for me too. But 2 years ago, I resigned to homeschool my children. Me and my king, we made the decision to do that, and it's hard. It's still hard. It's tough, but shit. Like I said earlier, I had to unlearn some of the shit my mom told me. And my parent life taught me. I had to unlearn what the fuck the school system teach you, the European system teach you, right? You gotta unlearn that shit and start from scratch. The school days start from 9 to 3. At whatever school, at number 9 school, at number 7 school, 6 school, whatever, they not learning for that many hours straight. A kid probably learning the most day out of the day is 3.5 hours straight, literally, right? So you break your subject down, math, science, English, arts, and I'm saying do it like that. You go by a curriculum. You can go by curriculum. I write my own curriculum and things like that. It's a little bit easier because I know the resources and I have the resources from being a teacher. But we do have like black homeschooling groups. Like it's me and a group of other sisters that homeschool their children, and we go to the library or we go to the park or whatever, or we do different field trips together, share resources and stuff like that. So it's dope.
Do y'all teach the kids on like real life like qualities or something like how to deal with your emotions, the type of shit you would be up against in reality?
Definitely. So one day I just took my kids and we got on we went downtown. We got on a bus. I got a car. I don't need to get downtown. You know what I'm saying? Life skills. Yes, we teach. I teach my children life skills. Yo, this how we about to get on this bus. We about to go downtown. This how you got to do it. X, Y, and Z. We go grocery shopping with them. I take my children grocery shopping. This how you do this. Take them to the post office. So we teach them different essential life skills. My oldest is 9 yet. So my 9. So we didn't get into like like money, financial literacy, and all that. But we get into that at the basic level, and like my king, he do take my kids to the gym. They do their little workout exercises and shit like that. So
I feel like as a youngin, as kids, that's where you need to be taught emotional skills at, because that's where it really starts.
Definitely our little boys, right? Our little boys are taught not to cry. Nigga, stop crying or punch you in the chest or stop crying. And I ain't gonna front. I was one of those moms at first too. Excuse me. But I had to be like, you know what? As I got older, before my son even got to that stage, I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? That's not good, because when a man when he is emotional, he don't know how to deal with it. So he just fucking lash out in a mad, crazy way. But if we allow a boy to cry at a young age, right? And allow him to know how it feels to be hurt, and allow him to learn and overcome that. When he gets that same hurt at an older age, he already gonna know how to deal with it and overcome it, and not probably gonna lash out and turn it into something else. So that's why it's so, imperative to teach our children how to deal with their emotions, and especially our young men, because niggas is emotional. Men are really emotional, more emotional than women.
Most of these niggas need to cry. I remember when I was like 13, 14, I was at Westport. Mr. Lane, he told me like, man, you always mad. You need to cry. Feel me? And that was the realest shit I heard, because funny. I went and I got fucking sentenced to some time, and I fucking started crying, swear to God. With my robe, I was crying, and I really felt better. And you see it out here. If a nigga mad all the time, try and act angry, you need to cry, feel me? Or you need to do something, get your anger out. And hopefully you don't fall out because you moving out of emotion and not intelligence. But yeah, these niggas definitely, they emotional level at grown men at like fucking 6%.
That's why.
Because they don't let tears on. That's what they motherfuckers think it's a problem to cry.
Right, and it make you seem like a bitch. And like you said, a lot of niggas fall out. That's how a lot of niggas get tricked out they spot for an emotion that they felt for 5 seconds. A lot of shit happened, right? Because a nigga felt disrespected, right? That's why 9 times out of 10, violence is occurring because somebody feel violated or disrespected. And it may be something that's so small that a man could be like, if he were able to control his emotion and be like, you know what, that shit wasn't even that deep. I could move like this, X, Y, and Z. But some niggas be like, oh, I'm disrespected, I ain't no pussy, da-da-da. And they end up moving out of emotion instead of logic. And men are supposed to be logical. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are warriors. If men, like back in the fucking ancient times, if niggas moved out of fucking emotion, we wouldn't even be rulers of the world. That's why the black man was a ruler, because he was able to move and think logically and less without his emotions, because the man knew how to control his emotions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. More in his godly state.
And they took, they got niggas, they dead. That like emotionally, niggas is out here out of it. That's why 90% of this shit going on. And I was thankful to be taught intelligence over emotions. Feel me? Because I used to move out of emotions. Like you say, you could be walking, you step on my shoe. That in that second, I'm in my you gotta get some straightening. A grown man, a boss, he about, all right, you got that. Wipe both of y'all shoes, but it's like niggas think was pussy. Feel me? I don't know. It's like, that's why I start as kids. I would just go back to kids and I'm going to give out knowledge to the kids on how to deal with emotions and not be trying to prove points to motherfuckers, because instigators have a lot of power. Mm-hmm. I used to be an instigator, feel me? Influencer, all that. So I know what it takes. And females too, was you a female with influence or you just always was yourself? So you know the people that's always they self good.
Yeah, I was always just myself. Like, I ain't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And shit, I was just always me. Nobody couldn't tell me shit. And still to this day, I was always just myself, always did what the fuck I... First of all, I'm going to do what I want to do. Still, I have a problem. Ever since I was a kid, I had a problem with following authority. That's why I was outside, you know what I'm saying, these past 2 years, bugging out, because I'm not with the bullshit. And when you said people, you know, people are influenced, you know, people influence shit. I remember one time I was a senior. And there was a big ass brawl at Franklin, right? Big ass brawl in the cafeteria. And everybody wilding. I'm wilding too. We had fucking bleachers and booths and shit. And I'm standing on top of the booth. You know what I'm saying? Egging the fight on or whatever. So shit got crazy. Shit calmed down. Everybody go to the classroom. Mr. Abdul-Mateen, my principal, he gonna get on the loudspeaker and be like, Janaya, no, he said my whole name. I'm like, oh, I can't believe that their behavior was unacceptable. I'm like, he called me out of the loudspeaker, nigga, it's like 100 kids in the cafeteria fighting. And he called me out of everybody. And he came in the office. I'm like, yo, why you do that? Abdul-Mateen, he sat me down like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people watching you don't know. People watching, and I can't have you, the one who's supposed to be a leader, the one that's standing on top of the bleachers, agging the fight on. You know what I'm saying? And that caught me at a young age. I'm like, damn, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, you know, influence me and put stuff into me. At that moment, I'm like, damn, I ain't even. And still to this day, I don't call myself a leader. I leave that up to the people, right? I don't come out and say I'm a leader. The people call me that, though. I'm saying so.
That was some fly player shit to say, because that's how great people are, though. Like, they don't run around saying what they is. They let the people say it.
Indeed. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
It's fire. Like, so none of your kids ever went to like a Rochester City school district?
Yeah, they did, you know what I'm saying? And if we could go down the rabbit hole a little bit, I chose to remove my children from the school district because I'm a holistic person. I don't believe in vaccines and shit. I don't believe in inoculating my children with a whole bunch of poison and shit. And like I said before, I do what I want to do. So why the fuck would I let a system tell me what the fuck to do with 3 children that I birthed that came out of my womb? You gonna try to make me have a decision just so they can get this piss poor education? Kiss my ass. I'll teach my own kids. And that's what I mean by we got to stop relying on the system. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I removed my children from the school district because they wouldn't allow my children to go without fully being vaccinated.
That's fire, and it's still like, even like probably to this day they probably could go back because it's not as serious as it was.
Nah, scrap. So like on some real shit, the government, they real sneaky. They sneaky, but they not sneaky because they always tell you what the fuck going on, right? Malcolm X said, you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. You know what I'm saying? They always let you know what's going on. You just got to do the knowledge. In 2019, New York State and California, when you want to know what the fuck going on in America, always pay attention to New York and Cali. I'm like the main motherfucking head honchos, Texas too. But New York and Cali repealed religious and personal exemptions from the fucking the law and shit, from the education law, stating that you have to be because you used to have a religious exemption saying, hey, I choose not for my child to be vaccinated. It's against my religious belief or my personal belief. You sign it off, boom. In 2019, before the pandemic, they repealed that and say, yo, this shit is null and void. You know what I'm saying? We not accepting this shit no more, bitch. Everybody got to be vaccinated. And then came COVID. So different parts of America, yeah. But in 2019, they repealed that motherfucking, I don't know the exact case number, but New York State and California State repealed that shit. So they do monkey shit like that. So even still to this day, you know what I'm saying, my kids can't. You know what I'm saying,
that's fire that you rolled the dice this time.
Hell yeah, and that shit was hard. That shit, like real shit, like my mom thought I was bugging. My best friend thought, oh, nah, you tripping. You gonna pull him out of school and da-da-da. You just don't want to, you know what I'm saying, get him. Nah, like, that's one thing about me. I stand on what the fuck I say and what I believe in. I'm not gonna, I'll stand on 10. It could be 1,000 motherfuckers and it's just be me by myself. And I'm gonna stand on that shit. I'm not gonna fold because somebody told me to do. That's what these systems are in place for. So because you want me to put something in my children's body just so they can get this piss poor, sorry ass education, it's not even an education that's worthy. Rochester City School District is one of the fucking school districts in the fucking United fucking States. And is the most funded. It got the most money and it's performing the worst. Make it make sense. What type of sacrifice is that for me? What type of trade is that? That shit don't make sense, God.
Feel me? Most people would just complain on the internet about Rochester school districts and still send their kids. Like, you notice that and really stood on not getting vaccinated and taught your kids. Like, I was just thinking this quick talking to you. Like, if schools was to all shut down right now, what would parents be able to teach their kids? Mm-hmm. Feel me? Like, all the information can still be out here.
Yeah, right.
But like, if all schools is just shut down, how would you feel like parents would be able to teach their kids? You feel like how you feel blacks would do?
Shit, I feel like we can do anything we put our motherfucking mind to. And if we put our resources, like I'm not the only woman that teach. I know this is over here. I know this is over here, over here, over here. We pull out our resources together and we gonna teach your baby. Sis, we got you. Don't even worry about that shit. And we gonna have a seminar for the parents and the women too who want to teach their babies. We gonna teach them too so they can teach their babies. That's how we gonna solve that. That shit ain't shit.
That's fire. Do you like motivate any younger sisters to want to go down the path you going?
Shit, I try to motivate anybody, you know what I'm saying, that want to do right. I could only give people suggestions. I can't tell anybody what to do because I don't like when a motherfucker tell me what to do. So I can give people, you know, I could suggest people to try to follow and live a righteous path. You know what I'm trying to say? Trying to grow, trying to love, and try to build. I could just give people recommendations.
Oh, that's fire. Because that's how, like, back to the beginning topic, life about choices. That's how I feel. Like, it, like, the shit you saying is like saying in my soul. Like, I don't have children, feel me? So what you saying is type dope, feel me? Because most females, I feel like, won't want to go down that path. And this help out here to do this shit. And I feel like that's the only way we'll be able to like build as a community.
It is.
Like, and it's just start with us. Cause a lot of shit you saying, feel me? Like on episode 2, my boy TJ, feel me? He was talking about that's what he want to start doing, homes tutoring. And on episode 1, I told Kajana that They said that if you want to hide something from the blacks, you will put it in the book. And she said that she never heard that because she went to a good. I believe she went to Penfield, Pittsburgh or something. So she went to a good school. I said that must have been some inner city shit. Where you heard that shit from?
Malcolm X.
Word.
I read it, a quote from him. I'm
That's
saying
fine.
so. Malcolm X said that, and I'm saying that's in one of his speeches. I just did the knowledge. Like I said, a lot of shit was instilled in me. My father was real into Black history, so you know what I'm saying. My father was my first love. You know what I'm saying? My father showed me what a man was supposed to be. So when I went out and looked for a man and said who I'm gonna have children with, them qualities had to be the same qualities of my father. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I keep going back to foundation, and Black men is key. I keep going back to the Black men because they literally foundation, and that's what's wrong, what's missing. And you know, I'm a mom, I got a son, but it's a certain time to where, you know, I could teach my son and raise him. It's where my man got to take over, the king got to take over and be like, listen, son, now it's time. This is how you got to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Because I could teach my son to be a great person, but I can't teach my son how to be a man. That's a slippery topic too. Like, women think that you can raise a man. You can't raise a man, sis. You could raise a boy to be a great person. A great person. No, this. My mom raised 2 men. You know what I'm saying? Taught 2 men. But she raised them to be good people. She can't raise them up into men. The men that they did have around them molded them to that, right? Because that father wasn't around. So that's just something that I believe in. Me personally, I could raise my son to be the best person that he could be, but I can't teach him how to be a man. Sis, that's 2 different things. And I think once we get rid of that narrative and give people space to grow, give a man respect and space to grow, giving women to space and grow, we'll be all right. We got to learn to work together. We got to learn to coexist. That's the problem. Black women and Black men don't know how to coexist no more. It's always fucking beef. It's always triumph. It's always some bullshit. We don't know how to coexist. Man, woman, and child. That's the original holy trinity. That's it. Man, woman, and child. That's what we got to get back to. You know what I'm saying? Then we be all right.
Yeah, dude. Nah, that's some real shit.
Then we be all right. You know what I'm saying? That's what we got to get back to our roots. You know, I know people probably listening like, yeah, that's the old shit. That's the old ways. But you know what I'm saying? It is. But you still got to have a base. Nobody want to be here without man, woman, and child. I'm not saying that women go get the bag, go chase the bag. Man, everybody go chase the bag. You know what I'm saying? That's another topic. 50-50. Men gotta pay all the bills. Do what work for you. Do what work for in your household. But what gotta be on standard, what gotta be across the Black family, across the nation, you know what I'm saying, is the Black man gotta lead. And as women, we gotta learn to fall back. Women been leading for so long. Women, I know you tired. I'm tired. We need the Black men to step up. We need y'all too.
Black men gotta know how to lead, though. That's at the same token.
Indeed.
Feel me?
But we got to give them the space too, and we got to give them the space to learn and grow. You know what I'm saying? My man just didn't come knowing how he had to learn and grow, and I had to give him the space to learn and grow, right? Because we be like, Black men need to learn how to lead. Duh. Women do too. But when you be constantly at each other, how could anybody learn to do such? When you constantly don't know how to exist, when we learn how to coexist with each other and give people the love and the space to cultivate and grow, then we be good. Women got to get their shit together. Men got to get their shit together. We got to get their shit together. It's about, and people got to start making I statements and taking accountability. That's what it keep going back to, accountability. Mm-hmm.
So, like, men, what's some things you feel like a man got to do? What's leading to you? What's a man got to do? What's leading?
Shit, a man gotta learn to Well, a man provide, protect, and secure, right? What I'm saying. That's what my father did. That's what my father taught me that a man is supposed to do. Men have to learn to listen. Men have to learn to love. men have to learn to show their emotions, but they have to be in a safe space to do so, right? Because I could say a man has to do all this stuff, but if he's not in a safe space to do so, how he going to? And when I say safe space, right, a man could be vulnerable and to a woman, and then we as women turn around and be like, "Oh, you bitch ass nigga, this happened to you." Da, da, da. Now the men gonna shut down and they gonna want to, be vulnerable to you again and listen to you again too. So it gotta go on both sides. You know what I'm saying? And shit. Definitely what I could really just say is listen, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes men, from what I've seen, they listen to their homie more than a woman at home. You know what I'm saying? And your homies be the one whole time ratting on you and plotting on you, and your wife and your shorty at home holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Your shorty 9 times out of 10 put you like, yo, babe, this nigga ain't right. He ain't moving right or something. So I'm saying it's mad cases like that, but men don't want to listen.
Yeah, it's like that's why most niggas that's like lost in the streets need to just. Like most niggas, every nigga in the streets need to get out the streets, get a family, feel me, and like you say, build the base, and just forgive your person, grow with them, feel me, and do what works. Cause it's only about one person, and we definitely, cause like the future, it's not about us no more. Like,
no,
it's so life moves so fast because I'm still childish, feel me? Because I tried to be grown early. And once you see that, like it's really being grown, really basic. I just still got child qualities and shit, but like
that's good. That's gonna keep you young.
It's just like,
it depends on what it is though. Cause me, I'm a big ass kid too, and I'm definitely still got some growing up to do, but my childlike qualities keep me young, you know what I'm saying? And they keep you being able to see the future. Most likely the young people, they the innovators, they the ones that's creating shit. So keep that childlike in creative ways in some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say.
Yeah, but like once motherfuckers feel like the youth rule and shit, it's gonna be no disconnect. It's gonna be a disconnect. You feel me? Because motherfucker, people be so prideful. Feel me? Like some young niggas disrespect me. I ain't fucking with them little niggas no more.
Right.
That's not the type of person I am. Because I'm a forgivable person.
Right.
But it's like that's how it is with the community, and that's what they need to get involved. Because it's like the youth is like the future, and it's like if motherfuckers keep. Do you let your kid, or your kid's young, but I feel like music, not about your kids, but I feel like music is raising these kids. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like most mothers, instead of like getting in tune with their kids, like they little boys and shit, like you just give them a tablet or some shit, send them in a room, and then a rapper could raise them. And they don't know that these rappers is like not living this shit that they not rapping about. It's like, they come from it, and the ones that do live it die and go to jail. But like rappers is just, and you can't fault a rapper for rapping about poverty because they seen it, did it. I don't believe they doing it no more. But it's like kids listen to that shit and they want to do it. And it's like you could be better than that shit.
Hell yeah.
It started at home.
Definitely, everything starts at home, and. As far as the music is definitely influencing our children. Like for an example, look at the whole drill wave. We see that, and it's not to put the blame on the rapper themselves because they're entertainers, right? They have a job. But and it's also people that's above them that's selling this shit to us, that's selling the black destruction. I call it black destruction because that's exactly what it is. It's rapping about straight killing niggas. That niggas don't even rap about bitches no more. It's straight about killing niggas, killing. I'ma shoot you, shoot my op or whatever. And it definitely plays a heavy influence. And this music is raising our children. And I specifically tell my children, exactly what you said. This is fake. This is not real. This is entertainment. What you see on these rappers, what they doing, what you see on YouTube or whatever, because my children got their own Xbox TVs in their room and stuff, so I'm not with them 24/7. So I know they're gonna explore, right? Because at their fingertips, they know how to type stuff in. So I have to tell this to them, right? I have to be real with them because I know it's a possibility that they're gonna see this. The other day, my daughter just asked me to play NBA YoungBoy. What's that? Right foot creep or some shit like that. I don't know that. I couldn't understand a damn word that he was saying, but my daughter 9 years old. You know what I'm saying? And I don't listen to that shit. My king don't listen to it, so it's like where she heard it from, you know? So I know that they are exposed to this things outside of my household. Since I know you could raise your kid to be A star, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, people gonna grow up and they gonna make their own choices and their own paths. So I had to teach my children, like, this fake, this ain't what we doing, and this ain't, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and the crazy shit is like the negative people at a young age have the influence, feel me? The negative young boy that's trying to live a fast life, and the negative young girl, feel me, that's living a fast life. They have the influence, and parents need to just let their kids know that they don't have to be like them. It's okay to be yourself. Cause even like parents be beating their kids and shit, that be stopping them from being themselves. It's different ways to go about shit. Like kids need to be themselves.
Definitely.
Cause if they don't get to be themselves at home, this is a very influential world.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people get influenced by the wrong people.
Indeed. That's what first thing I tell, be yourself. I always tell my children, be yourself. You know what I'm saying? That's a really good point that you made. If you can't be yourself at home, what are you going to be outside in this real world? What are you going to be outside in this real world? So yeah, shit, real shit.
You have anything coming up any plans for 2023?
Any plans for 2000?
And how was your year for 2022? Like working with the community, how this year went for you?
So I had a good year, a good learning. Every year is a learning experience, right? I definitely learned a lot this year. Definitely plan to continue to grow. Definitely was able to serve more people, reach more people, meet new people, you know, learn from new people, teach from new people. Yeah, things from that nature. And next year, I just plan to continue to do the same thing, continue to grow, continue to learn and love. Next year, I'm saying like, it's so, the town is just so crazy right now. And everybody that's watching this now and us sitting right here, we lost somebody this year or last year before. And like next year, I just want to go into it the fucking year as a city. You know, I'm just saying it because it's easier said than done, but just going into the city as a whole on some love shit and on some, hopefully a lot of people look like, damn, is enough. Hopefully everybody looking into the next year like, damn, enough is enough. Is we gonna all come out of the next year together? You know
like a lot of shit happened. We gotta just chalk it up and just focus on the positive. Give Rochester a chance for 2023, because like you say, death take a lot of toll on people too. Like soon as certain people lose a person, their life go downhill. Only the smart ones go uphill and let that dream for the one that they lost. But that's fire. Hope next year be full of abundance. You meet new people that just on the same time as you. Feel me? G shit. And then I'm gonna make sure I support.
Yes, it's all good. You know, I'm supporting you. This is dope. You know what I'm saying? This is something that the city need, something that we could come together and be on the same type of time with, show each other love. We all support each other. So, you know, cooperative economics, you know, I support your organization. You support mine. We support theirs. You know what I'm saying? We the largest spender. You know, the black dollar only stay in the fucking community for 6 minutes and then that shit bounce. You know what I'm saying? So we able to make that shit circulate amongst us. We'll be motherfucking lit.
Yeah, people gotta tap in with being themselves. The other day, right, I was riding past the Armory and I guess it was a concert and shit, and it was white people and it was lit. And I'm just looking, no funny shit. It was all in our eyes, feel me, how black people look at shit, they was just all dirty as a bitch, but it was packed. And I'm just looking like, yo, if that was like black people you rode past the Armory, you probably would have just seen about 80,000 in fucking weave, lashes, niggas on jeans, drip. Feel me? Just mad shit just to go party, and just like motherfuckers just need to realize we need, as a community, we need to do better with the Black Dollar and really try to build shit with each other. Feel me? I seen you was at Mama Rose doing a lot of your give backs and shit. That's a Black business going on right now, and that's dope that y'all was teamed up and shit, giving back to the community.
I'm saying facts, yep. Indeed, no doubt.
Somebody always watching, I'm watching. Somebody always watching us, they watching you. And I see this shit. Your hard work don't go unnoticed.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love. Facts.
I appreciate you for having you on episode 8, though.
Episode 8. So 8, that's what's up, gang.
Thank you, man.
You know.
Yup. How long was that? Fire.